Houston. I still need to get this thing on deck.
I think you say this one. You say this one.
I see season one.
Do they get to go to season 2? They don't get kicked off?
I don't know.
Cool. Probably go in time to.
I don't know. Somebody must be talking about me because my ear is ringing.
They got to go else.
Mom must say everything. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like I'm in a musical. Just burst out into song. Hey Z, what's up, love? How you feeling? How you doing? What's going on with you? I'm good. I was feeling really drained these last couple of days. I think I've just been like peopling a little bit too much. But I feel a lot more energized today. So that's good. That's good. Hey, Bryn. Hey, okay, y'all know 3 is the green light for me. So hello everyone, hello and welcome to the Shawnee Show. Today I am going to be going over the astrology of the week, of course. Excuse me, I'm also going to be doing like an Aries fire read with the pick a number readings that I normally do. There's some questions that go along with that. And then I'm going to be doing a mid-month check-in collective for you all. Tomorrow, probably midday around 3 or 4, I'll be here. Hey, boo, how you feeling? Hey, T.E. I'll be here midday with the Love Sex Pain report. Just before I get busy and start doing stuff into the night. So, y'all will see me then. In May, starting the 1st of May, I'm starting my Patreon. So this is the last month that y'all will have me on IG Live like this as regularly. But if you subscribe to Patreon, you'll get this plus more. So I'll have links and everything for you guys to click on. And I'll advertise, of course. Hey, Dana. Hello to everyone that has joined. I hope y'all are feeling well. So I'm going to go ahead and get right on into it because there's some things that I want to talk about, so I don't want to take up too much time going over the astrology. So we had our new moon in Aries. This is a commitment to our personal goals, our confidence, innovation, and courage. We really are kind of in a place where we want to believe in ourselves, step out on faith within ourselves, and allow ourselves to better set boundaries when it comes to our relationships with other people, which is completely fine. You know, we should be able to do that without feeling guilty. So this Aries new moon definitely set intentions for us to be able to do that. And then not only was the moon in Aries, but of course Sun is in Aries, Venus in Aries, Mercury in Aries, and then Chiron is also in Aries. So great time to reevaluate your relationship with yourself, make really direct, realistic plans for new beginnings, for growth, and add structure, of course, to combat a little bit of that impulse and fire that Aries can bring, because Aries can be a little bit stubborn about exploring and bumping your head and doing things your way. But sometimes you just need a little bit of structure, a little bit of balance, a little bit of strategy, if you will. Okay. Mars is in a trine with Jupiter this week. This is bringing encouragement and resourcefulness. We have an opportunity to be a little bit more compassionate with ourselves and patient. So make sure you take advantage of that, because it's going to be a catalyst in your ability to tap into ways of expansion. Mars is also in a sextile with Venus, which brings cooperation as it relates to defense and communications in relationships. It's also bringing a certain air of diplomacy and integrity to our relationships. So, with that being said, we are more likely. You should come over here and sit by me, fiance.
No, I'm about to eat a popsicle.
No, I just put a ring on it. You be harassing me any other time. Okay. So yeah, that's that. Sun and Mercury are in Aries until the 19th. I've talked enough about Sun and Mercury in Aries. I'm not really going to go too deep into that. But Venus is moving to Taurus on the 14th, which today's the 15th, so that's already happened. And it's going to be there until the 8th. Z said, hey, babe. This is making us very sensual. We are a little bit more content with our current situation. We want to be around beautiful people, places, and things, so you want to be mindful not to spend too much money. She just stole my earring. That's all it is. So yeah, be mindful not to spend too much money. One negative about Venus moving to Taurus is we can be very possessive and territorial under this energy. So just make sure that you are allowing people their freedom and their space. You know, we don't own each other. We all have free will, and we're all humans at the end of the day. So a part of being human is connecting with other people. As long as you respect certain boundaries, then it should be fine. And that's not even just in romantic relationships. It's like friendships too, because it's like some people don't want you to be friends with certain people if they're not friends with them, or they don't want you talking to certain people, or they just want you all to themselves. And it's like, we too grown for all that. Gotta cut it. The moon is waxing this week, which means that our intentions, efforts, clarity, desires need to be growing. We need to be strategizing, taking action, and moving forward. Venus is in a square with Pluto. This is bringing intensified emotional reactions, especially in relationships. We also are more likely to try to be manipulative, emotionally speaking, because of our fear that someone is going to betray us, and because of our issues with trust. So watch out for creating power struggles where there is no need for that. The sun is in a sextile with Mars this week. We're very creative and problem solving under this energy, so it does relieve a lot of stress, because it takes some of the judgment and pressure that we put up upon ourselves off. And it also causes us to be able to assert ourselves and communicate in a way that is nurturing and honest, but not triggering, where we feel like we're forcing control. Sun is in sextile with Jupiter also. This is making us a little bit more socially tolerant and generous. We have more confidence for the future, and we're more focused on the big picture than we have been kind of bogged down by all these details. Sun is also in a square with Pluto. Under this energy, you really want to avoid beating a dead horse and trying to have the same conversations and do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. It's not going to happen. Either find a different approach or let it go. That's just what you're going to have to do. Mars is in a trine with Jupiter. This is giving us enhanced willpower. We're more decisive. We're willing to take initiative. And we're more in tune with our ambitions, so we can take action confidently. So that's what's going on astrologically speaking, you guys. I'm just going to talk for a little bit, and then we're going to move into these pick a number readings, and then I'll do our mid-month check-in, if that's okay with y'all. Before I start talking, because I might get a little bit off subject, are y'all following me with what I just said about the astrology? Have y'all been feeling this? Like, what are y'all feeling like after this new moon? What's going on? I feel like I be talking so fast. It's not intentionally. I just be trying to keep it together and get it out before the messages all start coming in together and jumbled up in my head. That's why I have to write it down, y'all. Okay. Y'all not saying nothing, so I'm gonna assume y'all are following me. Excuse me. A lot of the readings and the conversations and the just energy that has been pulled from me this week has been due to like people having relationship issues, whether it be with their family, whether it be their romantic, their significant other, whether it be friends. They're just having some sort of issues when it comes to relationships. And what I've found in terms of patterns is that people are not asserting boundaries. It's like y'all want people to treat y'all a certain way, but y'all not teaching people how to treat y'all. Y'all are just falling for anything and everything and then expecting the other person to pick up the pieces and somehow meet this bar that they were supposed to magically know that you had. Hey, soul. Nobody knows what your bar is, and you are either going to be the type of person that accepts things that are lower than the bar that you set for yourself, and as a function of that, your life is going to be at a lower bar than what you've set for yourself, or I'm sorry, not are, or you're going to only accept things that either meet or surpass that bar. Period. Like, there's no ifs, ands, buts in between about it. You can take the emotion out of it. You can take the empathy out of it. You can take the compassion out of it. At the end of the day, all of us are here to evolve, to grow, and to pursue our spiritual, physical, and mental evolution. That's what we're here to do. That is what we come here in human form to do. And then we transcend, we go back, and we either stay in the realm that we're in or we choose to come back. So why do you feel like it's okay for you to sell yourself short because of what other people have going on? Why? Who taught us that? Who taught us that? Who? I am very curious to know, because at this point it's ridiculous. Like, some of y'all, I won't even say some of y'all, I'm gonna just say some people, because honestly majority of y'all don't even, like, it's not even that bad. But there are some people, like, you in your mind, you want people to cater to you the same way that you cater to them. You want people to call you and check on you. You want people to show up for you. You want people to support you in your endeavors. But you don't put any time or money into your business. You don't even wake up and wash your face and put on moisturizer every day. You don't even brush your teeth every day. Like, you can't even get up and brush your hair. Like, you can't even give yourself 10 minutes a day to meditate or write in a journal or read a book or learn something new. And yet, you expect somebody else to treat you in a way that you're not treating yourself. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. My fiance can say whatever she want to say. She got a smart ass mouth. She gonna say whatever she want to say, but she knows that there's certain shit that I'm just not gonna put up with. I'm just not. Because I don't even put up with that shit from me. I don't even put up with that shit from my parents. So I'm definitely not about to put up with that shit from you. What you mean? Even as a friend, it's certain shit that I'm not going to put up with from my friends. Girl, what? No, no ma'am. No, we're not doing that. And that's it. That's my boundary. They could be mad. They could be sad. They could be heartbroken about it. That's not my problem. That's their problem, okay? And at the end of the day, I am going to go on and mind my business. Like, y'all gotta really, like, wake up. For real. Yes, you want to be compassionate. Yes, you want to be empathetic. Yes, you want to treat people the way that you want to be treated. But at the end of the day, the reality of the world is most people ain't shit. And they will literally just try to drain you of every single light, every single talent, every single gift, every single dollar, every single piece of energy that they can get from you, and not offer you anything in return if you allow them to. But you have to be the one to say, I'm not doing that. Are you helping me grow? Are you adding it to my intentions in any way? I'm a woman. You're supposed to be putting seeds into me and then they're going to multiply. I obviously am not out here sleeping with men and getting pregnant, having babies, but seeds are being planted into me and being multiplied nonetheless, okay? The point is, if you're not able to sow any seeds into me for me to multiply and make better, what are you around me for? No matter who you are, for what? And this is not a speech to anyone in particular in my life, because I have done the work that I needed to do to attract good people. And I have been good this past year. I've been covered. I was crying and shedding on my birthday on live. Y'all was here for it. And after that, like, Spirit really showed me, like, girl, you covered, you're protected, you're supported. Like, not only do I got you, but you got people around you who gonna go hard for you, period. So this is not about me. This is for y'all. This is for y'all. Like, I want y'all to teach people how to treat you better by treating yourself better. You may not be a girl who needs to have $130 spent on dinner. You may not be a girl who needs, 40-inch weave. You may not be a girl who needs like 20-inch nails and all the things. If you are, that's fine. That's your business. Ain't nobody judging you. But you may not be that girl. Even if you're not that girl, you should be getting up and having a good skincare routine about yourself. You should be doing something with your head. You should be putting some type of effort into your appearance, because you are the first thing that people see when they look at you. Before you open your mouth, what if they don't know what energy even is? Some people don't even know what energy is, so they don't even know how to feel your energy. But they're looking at you. I don't always come on here dressed up and dolled up. Not to know he had called me out because I said 20-inch nails. You know what I mean. Them joints be like 6 inches, like 4 inches, 5 inches. Like, them things be long. Which is fine, it's nail art. Whatever floats your boat, it makes you feel beautiful with it. But I'm just saying, that's not my tea. That may not be your tea. But regardless to what your tea is, you need to do something with yourself. Like, I'm just like, how do y'all expect people to, like, and it ain't even about appearance, because okay, a lot of women are on Instagram and they have the nails, they have the hair, they have the body done, they have all the things, right? But internally, you don't know what they feeling. You don't know what they're going, what they may be going through. But at the end of the day, they feel like the least they can do is make themselves look good. And some people don't even have that. Like, some of y'all expect people to give you the world because you go above and beyond for everybody and anybody else. And I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news, baby, but the world does not work like that. You have to go out and take that shit. You got to go out and demand that shit. If you think somebody gonna come and give you something and save you, you're gonna be waiting for a long time. If you think the people that drain the hell out of you are gonna just wake up one day and be like, you know what, she gives me so much, she goes so hard for me, maybe I should do something nice for her, and they haven't been done something nice, if you think that's gonna happen, you got another thing coming. Y'all be in relationships with these men, and then like second week y'all out, y'all riding, y'all going somewhere far, y'all ain't planning to eat on the way, but y'all hungry. Y'all pull up to the place, y'all getting food. You reaching your purse, you grabbing your card, you swiped for the food, you pay, y'all move along. Weeks later, y'all are actually going on a date. Y'all are going to dinner. The check comes. You're looking at this man to pay. He's looking at you and looking at the check. And here you go, reaching into your purse again. And then you get married to this man. And then a week after you get pregnant, you complaining about how you tired of working and tired of paying for everything. And you just don't know how you gonna make this work. Girl, where were you when the things were happening? Where were you when you said your back hurt and he ain't rub your back, and now you mad because you pregnant and your feet hurt and he ain't rubbing your feet? Please explain, because I'm not understanding. When people show you who they are, y'all need to believe them. Like, I don't understand why y'all are sitting here in these situations where people do not value you. Because I'm tired of hearing these situations. My fiance said, why am I fussing at y'all? Why I'm going in? I'm tired of hearing these situations. And y'all know I never judge y'all. But my thing is, I always empower you guys. I always tell you, look, this is not for you. You need to be reaching the bar up here and you're right here. Like, what's wrong? What do we need to do so that you can feel like you're worth more? How can we work together? Like, come on. Like, I'm not telling y'all that y'all have to find a man with money. I'm not telling y'all that y'all have to find friends with money, because it's really not about money. I'm just, y'all, everything is about money these days, so I'm putting it into terms that are common. But my whole point is, start associating yourself with people who can sow seeds of greatness, seeds of love, seeds of support into you. If they are not doing that, what the fuck are you keeping them around for, sis? For what? For what? People be falling in love with people's potential instead of reality. Is exactly right, Bryn. Ain't no falling in love with no potential. You may not ever grow into your potential, but I still got to deal with the reality of what you're giving me and who you are right now. Excuse me, right now. Like, whoo, child. I'm tired. I'm tired from even fussing it. Like, you won't even give yourself 10 minutes a day. And you mad. Hey, boo. You mad. Because people not giving you no time. Girl, sit your ass down. Like, listen, y'all gotta do better. That's all I'm saying. And I'm done fussing at y'all. Stop getting involved out of love alone. Exactly. Because it's about a lot more than love. Love is one thing. but relationships are something completely different. And it takes a lot more than love to continue to make a relationship work. That's just the reality of the situation. It takes a lot more than love. Now, love is the foundation. If you have love, you can make everything else work. Because if you move and walk in love, then spirit will move and walk for you. But you have to have discernment. You have to have somebody that also loves you too and is putting that same energy into you. You have to have common ground, common goals. Like it's a lot of shit. You have to have communication, comprehension, understanding, patience, self-awareness, hello, trust, honesty. Thank you, Brent. I'm just saying. Exactly. Relationships are about evolution first, love in the background, the music behind the movie. That's a fact. If you're not growing through your relationships, then what is you doing? Period. If you're not evolving through your relationships, that's what we relate to each other for. That's why we crave connection so bad, because that is our quickest catalyst to growth. I'm done. I'm done fussing at y'all. I'm done. Okay. Y'all go ahead and put y'all numbers in the comments. The numbers are 66, 77, and 88. 66, 77, and 88. I'm going to give y'all a minute to put y'all numbers in the comments. The questions that I'm going to be answering for each of these numbers. What does your inner child need most right now? What spark is waiting to be ignited? What part of your shadow is waiting to be illuminated? What action should you take next to begin growing that flame? Okay, so pick your numbers. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling cards, and then we'll get into our collective. All right, let's start with 66. Girl, I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad you chose me, baby. Next. Okay, 66. Let's see what tarot has to say. Okay, so what does your inner child need the most right now? Your inner child needs the most right now mental clarity and confidence. I feel like maybe you've been too judgmental. Excuse me. Too judgmental when it comes to your dreams, and as a function of that, you've been a little bit too practical, and that's been keeping you in a box. What spark is waiting to be ignited? Well, you've been feeling unfulfilled because you've been in that box, and now it's time for you to seek something else to fulfill that space, to fill that void that you've been facing. What part of your shadow is waiting to be illuminated? You're tired of living in your head and not on your mission. You're tired of living in your mind and not really taking action. So you really need to apologize to yourself. That's the action that you need to take to begin growing that flame. You need to apologize to yourself. You need to say, I'm sorry for not taking action sooner. I'm sorry for not believing in you. I'm sorry that I didn't have the confidence. I'm sorry that I didn't seek out the knowledge. I'm sorry that I sabotaged myself and stopped even though I had some momentum. I stopped in the middle of things. I'm sorry. I forgive you and I'm ready to move on. Okay, that's for 66. That was deep. I almost feel like I want to cry. I don't know who in here even picked 66, but let's move on from that. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Let's do 77. 77 and 77. What next? I said what you said. More knowledge, heed, modern witches, and numerology. The gnats are bad here too. Normally, like, they're not that bad, like in the house, but I don't know. We were in Houston last weekend, and ever since we left, it's just been bad. Not even last weekend, like the weekend before last. And we don't leave like trash or anything, so I'm just trying to figure out like where are these little sons of bitches coming from? I did preach a whole word, huh? I ain't even come on here for that, but I just, man, some spirit just be putting stuff on my heart, y'all, and then I be like, I'm not gonna talk about it. It is what it is. I'm not gonna talk about it. It is what it is. And then, like, it'll keep coming up. Like, people be booking readings, and the same message comes up. Like, people call me, like, family members, and the same message comes up. I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta talk about it. Spirit said, I gave you a platform, girl. You gonna use it. You gonna use it. Oh, that was for you. Give me that. That was for you. You're so welcome. Thank you for joining tonight. I'm glad you can make it. Okay, 77. What does your inner child need the most right now? Your inner child needs reassurance the most right now. I feel like you don't believe that you can be happy for whatever reason. Like, you feel like every time you take 3 steps forward, you're going to get knocked 4 steps back. Every time you smile, you got to have 2 crying bouts to replace the smiles and the laughs. So, that's what your inner child needs reassurance. What spark is waiting to be ignited? Your defense is waiting to be ignited. You need to stand up for yourself and understand that the only way for you to be able to continue to move forward is by making the adjustment and asserting yourself the way that you need to. What part of your shadow is waiting to be illuminated? Well, it's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to really move forward quickly and take the action in doing that. You're moving to a point of rebirth, and Spirit is saying, find a vehicle and get to moving. It may not be a car. It could be a relationship. It could be a plane. It could be a train. It could be a new job. It could be a move. It could be a new outfit. But find a new vehicle to move this confidence, move this abundance, move this forward movement through. Because at the end of the day, that is going to be the thing that solidifies this point of rebirth for you. That's going to be the thing that solidifies your spiritual growth and evolution. You'll notice 78 on this card, 7 being the number of divine completion, divine wisdom, divine assessment, okay? 8 being the number of rebirth, and then 7 and 8 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6, okay? So there we go with the harmonizing point of center. you know, that breath of fresh air, that starting over after the chaos, after the conflict, and being comfortable in that because you know that you have what it takes necessary to make it work. You know that you are divinely protected, highly favored, and abundantly, abundantly blessed. So stand in that, okay? Stand in that. You're so used to feeling lack that you don't even know how to celebrate sometimes. That's for me, especially the inner child not feeling like happiness is a possibility. I'm happy, but my inner child is annoyed a lot. Yes, I feel that. So that was for 77. That was for 77. Um, okay, yeah. Also, 77, I feel like, um, I don't know if you guys do music or if you love music or dance, but sound, I feel like you need to get into some sort of sound therapy, whether it be turn into music, dance, whether it be actually singing bowls, you know, some sort of sound therapy is necessary for you, 77 babies. Okay. Um, 77 did get real. Okay, let's get to 88 and then we'll do the collective quickly. Let me see. I got time. Look at me making good time, and even though I stopped to preach. Alright, so we'll use this one, and then let me grab the other two. Y'all know I be having to get these cards out of the way when I'm switching decks like this. Okay, 88. Let me pull out y'all's other two decks and we'll get that. You do what for your ancestors, but you kind of stopped. Dancing. You should do it, especially if that's something you feel called to do. All right, 88. We're gonna use my new behind closed door deck for you guys and the Fool's Journey. Y'all check out this box. Isn't it like dope? Amazing. Okay. Let's see. 88. Thank you. Okay, 88. So What does your inner child need the most right now? Your inner child needs the most right now momentum and glorification, validation. Maybe like spiritually and emotionally, when you were, or not spiritually and emotionally, but spiritually, and then when it comes to like taking action, when you were a kid, you just don't feel like people really supported you in certain things, or you didn't feel like you were built up to believe that you could do certain things, and as a function of that, you need validation. You need to allow yourself to be able to say, I can do this, I can do that. You know, I have grown a lot. I am worthy of having, um, I won't even say happiness or like an abundant experience, but I would say like I'm worthy of having like self confidence and putting myself first. Thank you, Joe. See, that's Joe. She made all three of these decks that I'm using for uh, this reading. And the art is amazing. Like, I can't wait to get her crow deck. I cannot wait. What spark is waiting to be ignited? We have the Knight of Swords. This is giving me very much like mental ideas. Like you've been thinking of something, you haven't necessarily acted on it because you feel like you don't have all the knowledge that you need, but you can still start making steps. Maybe you just start strategizing, figure out, you know, what your budget is, or what people you need to talk to, or like what your location is. You know, whatever little step you can make right now, and then kind of go from there in terms of building on that idea, instead of thinking you can't do anything right now because you don't have the knowledge. What part of your shadow is being illuminated? You need to save money. You need to learn how to harness in your resources, stabilize them, solidify them, and then expand them, instead of just constantly creating more and more things to consume and more liabilities. Learn how to create assets instead of liabilities. That's what part of your that's the part of your shadow self that's being illuminated. Learn how to create more assets instead of liabilities, or be more of an asset than a liability. um, what action should you take to begin growing that flame? You need to allow yourself to be sacrificed, okay? And play into the carnal desires that you have, the suppressed sexual, feminine urges that you have, to really play up your beauty and, you know, allow yourself to just feel good and look good. Sometimes looking good from the outside in helps, because it's like when you look good from the outside, the feedback that you get, you know, you internalize it, and then it helps you move on to be less violent with yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, be less harsh with yourself. So therefore, you can attract someone who's a little bit more gentle with you, and you don't always have to feel like you're in some crazy, dramatic situation, and you can't get your footing steady. It's like you can stand strong. Like once you find your confidence, really. I feel like it's confidence, self-esteem, like empowerment, feminine ability to just be soft and receive. Does that make sense? 88. Let me know if y'all have questions. I hope that makes sense. Thank you for that. I need to hear that. Oh, this speaking. Thank y'all. Y'all are so sweet. I love this deck. I love it. I've been using it in all of my readings. It's behind closed door deck. The images are amazing. The meanings of the cards are just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I love it. And I love how the cards feel like they're the perfect weight. Hey T. So let's get into this collective before Instagram kicks me off. I'm going to go ahead and use these two. I'll use my Astro Soul and the Star Seeds for this. So let's see what's going to come out. So questions. What is energizing you? Where can you take a closer look? Theme of the month. Obstacle to transform through. Major point of progress or accomplishment. Part of self to embrace. Things to avoid. Where to find support. And then additional oracle guidance. Hey, Britt. It's been sending a lot of love. Hope you can come through meditation tomorrow morning. I gotta get up early. I have a massage really early in the morning, so maybe I'll be up. I'm not a morning person, y'all. That's one thing about me. I am not a morning person. I like the morning time, but I don't like to talk to other people or commune with other people in the morning. And I'm like, I was born at 3:30 in the morning, so like between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m., like when it's dark outside, I love that time. I love that time. It's beautiful. But then after 6 a.m., I'm ready to get my ass in the bed. And then I want to sleep till like 9 or 10, and then I'll get up and resume regularly scheduled programming. Now, that's not how my day goes now, of course. Some of y'all know that because y'all be up with me doing sessions. But that's what I like. Same here. Yes, night owl. I was born at 3:30. What do you expect? Okay. Let's get a couple oracles. Let's see what the star seeds going to say. Okay, y'all want to come out to that? It's fine. That's cool. All right, so what is emerging? What is energizing you? Sorry. For that, we have the Eight of Cups. You know that it's time for you to walk away from certain people, places, and things. You know that it's time for you to embody a new emotional beginning, because in order for you to walk into the physical new beginnings that you're looking for, you're going to have to leave some of those cups behind. You're going to have to turn your back and walk into that beautiful moonlight, okay, to get to the other side. And, you know, some people just not going to make it, and that's okay. So that's energizing you. You're actually okay cutting those ties, which is beautiful. That's beautiful. Where can you take a closer look? The High Priestess, okay? What did I just say to y'all earlier? Didn't I say stop settling for less? Didn't I say teach people how to treat you? Didn't I say you know what you need the most and you have to make other people meet that bar or surpass it? Did I not just say that? Do y'all see this High Priestess sitting on her throne? And what is the question? Where can you take a closer look? That means you need to take a closer look at yourself and how you treat you. The same sermon that I just gave y'all earlier, coming right back on up in the reading. Theme of the month, choices. It's time for you to make a decision, baby. It's time for you to choose what direction you want to go in, what intentions you want to set, and how you're about to strategize moving forward within those intentions. We're out of spring equinox, okay? We've moved out of that watery Pisces energy into this fiery ass Aries season, and now you got to make decisions and move. And that's that on that. Obstacles to transform through. The Tower. It's some shit that's going to blow up in your face. It's some shit that's going to be revealed to you. It's some things that are going to feel like you're being stripped of your dignity, your friendships, your funds, and all the other things. But it's all for the purpose of your growth. It's all to build you up and put you into a position where you have space to accept what Spirit is about to bring your way. You'll notice number 16 on this card. 1 is obviously the seed. It doesn't come with any promises. It's simply just a seed. 6 is the harmonizing point of center. The moment after you've gone through the chaos, the struggle, and the conflict, to let you know that you are victorious, you are valid, you are appreciated, and you can still make it. And 7 is that number of divine completion and assessment. So the tower comes in and reveals to you what you need to leave behind in case you had any questions. Okay? In case you had any questions, let me just go ahead and blow it up in your face, so we can make sure that we're fully understood. Major point of progress or accomplishment. The Queen of Cups in reverse. This is giving me boundaries. Major progress or accomplishment. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Boundaries. You're not just letting people use your compassion against you. Now, normally I would say in reverse, the Queen of Cups is bad, but in this specific position, she's giving me, I'm not letting my emotions lead me. I'm not letting my empathy, my compassionate spirit, my ability to understand that everyone is a reflection of me lead me. Because at this point, I need to lead myself. I need to fill my cup back up. So I'm going to have to be a little more earthy and a little more airy in order to establish those boundaries. And I have to learn how to be okay with that. Okay? That's what she's giving me as the major point of progress or accomplishment for this month. The part of self to embrace. The world. You deserve to have it all, but it's going to take some dominion. It's going to take some discipline. It's going to take some discernment. It's going to take some structure. Okay? And you have to learn how to balance that out. You'll notice 21 on this card. 2 is a number of initiation between the higher and lower aspects of yourself, the ego and shadow aspect of yourself, the different dualities, basically, that live within you. And then 1 again is the seed. 3 is the form of the tree. So after you go through that initiation and then you plant those new seeds, they don't have any choice to bloom because you've included all parts of yourself in the harvesting process. Are y'all following me or no? I'm just talking to myself. I don't know. You're including all parts of yourself in the harvesting process. Okay? That's what we need. So, things to avoid. Avoid moving on too quickly from things that you haven't finished, from ideas and situations where you feel like, you're not really making any leeway, but you're just going to leave everything behind and start over. Avoid doing that, okay? Where to find support. You're going to find support in spirit. You're going to find support in spirit, period. I can't even elaborate on that. That's as simple as it sounds. You're going to find support in spirit. Additional guidance. Now is the time to face your fears. Here we go again with this number 15. And you know what's interesting is this image right here is the same image that's on the Devil card in the Fool's Journey deck. And the Devil card also has to do with the number 15. The Devil card is about facing your fears and facing your demons. Not letting them control you, learning how to balance them out, use them to your own advantage. Okay, look it in the mirror and make it work for you. That energy of 6, that harmonizing point of center. Okay, femme fatale. I done told y'all. Look, you gotta look the part. You gotta be out here looking dangerous, speaking dangerous, carrying yourself in a way that people know. I can't come to her with no bullshit. I can't be on no bullshit when I approach, because at the end of the day, it's just going to be a dismissal or an ignore, period. 37 is on this card. Here we go again with 3, the form of the tree, 7, divine assessment and completion, and 3 and 7 is 10, which is what? The new beginning. So in order to usher in your new beginning, as Aries season, the first sign of the zodiac calls for, tap into the energy of the femme fatale. You need that, okay? You need that. We love that, okay? Now, also, we have Mars in the 4th house. So, understanding that you belong right where you are. You belong in your body, you belong in your own life, you belong in your own mind first and foremost. Understanding that that is where the home is will lead you to a place where you don't feel like you constantly have to defend and protect, defend and protect, defend and protect. Because what we do is we get into this cycle of consume, defend and protect, consume, defend and protect, consume, defend and protect. And then we don't have any time to enjoy and release, enjoy and release. So find yourself belonging in your own vessel. Get to know yourself. Get to appreciate yourself. Get to really spoil and big yourself up. Support yourself in a way that you dream of other people supporting you. And let that be your defense. Okay? Let that be your driving force. That's going to be your key to getting out of the void and finding the direction that you're looking for. And y'all know I love to read these, so I'm going to go ahead and read the I Remember card, and then I'm going to close out with that. Let me just find it really quickly. I hope this live was enjoyable to you all. Y'all know y'all can book me at 11moons11.com. The link is in my bio. You can also buy this lip gloss. It's called Jupiter Love on my website, 11moons11.com. You can get your body butters, fragrance oils. I have a new moon whipped sugar scrub. That's a new product that I've released. You can also get that on my website. It's in 3 different scents. You can get it in sweet sage. You can get it in Moonflower Goddess, and you can also get it in Man on the Moon. So, y'all can shop that. You can also continue to book your new moon readings through the end of this week. After that, we're going to be focusing on full moon. Again, I am moving to Patreon in May, so this month is going to be my last month doing weekly lives on Instagram. I am still going to be posting on Instagram, but I'm not going to be on here giving as much content because all this stuff is going to be going on my Patreon. So I'll be posting shortly to let y'all know where y'all can find me and how y'all can subscribe. Now, into this I Remember, so we can move on this reading. Thank you so much, Joe, for your deck. Thank you for the energy that you put into your art. It really leads me to deliver such beautiful messages. Thank you for tuning into my live, just being the beautiful being and diviner that you are. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it. Okay, so there was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now. When you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. I'm going to say that again. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life, to trust the path your soul is calling you towards, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life's journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all a part of a larger plan. What are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? That's it. That's a question that you can ask yourself. What are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? Okay? I hope this live was informative and touching to you all. Y'all know y'all can send a tip to Shawnee11LS. That's SHAUNIE11LS on Cash App. And of course, you can always book a personal session with me by clicking that link in my bio. I hope y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.